All right, we got Hedgehog. This is just kind of a fun game, moving around. So we'll examine the moves just uh, to see how how Hedgehog can be played. So this is King's Indian. No particular rhyme or reason to playing game this way, but then all of a sudden we get Marocy-like structure. So this Queen A5, okay, just blitz, 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 just fun chess, doing something different. Okay, E4 is hanging obviously right now. So my opponent defends, capture, capture, attack the knight. Oftentimes this pawn is not even that attractive, but you know, at this point knight is hanging, pawn is hanging, so knight comes back. Uh, Logical development, and knight bd7. Queen comes back. Okay, so white is solid. This is solid advantage. This is not like super recommended for black to play this way, but you know we got some sort of a hedgehoggy kind of position, more of a Maroczy position. So white still solidifies the center right there. Um, Queen d2. So the difference is with Hedgehog, we actually have the pawn on e6. Bishop is going to be on e7. Now, there are positions we can play with the double fianchetto, but this one is not super attractive because this bishop of ours is stuck staring at the pawn. Despite that, you know, this is a blitz game, so pretty quickly I just started to get some chances there. H5, not a particular great move. I wonder if there's bishop g5 right here. Possibly bishop g5 could be an issue. Okay, then maybe I could capture on d5. Um, Worst comes to worse. Knight d7 is also seems to be an option. So knight d4. White is very solid. This is a significant advantage. But I start maneuvering. So after b3, okay, a6, that's part of the consideration. e6, kicking the knight out. White is very solid. This pawn on d6 is weak. This position is not so great for black. This is not our ideal um, hedgehog. I wanna see if this happens. Can we try this funky idea, this funky move? Because if bishop takes d4. Okay, this variation does work. Oh, maybe it does work. This bishop takes b6, knight e4, knight takes e4. Okay, this is not all too great, and it's not necessary. I could just move my queen if I need to. White can also trade the bishops, but okay. Continuing on, h4, bishop g5. Now this is not a great move apparently. Bishop f6. Hmm. Do I have some tactical idea here? Maybe like knight c4? Is that a move? Because queen goes here, for example. I mean, I do have f6 now. And then I have like all sorts of forks on the queen. And if bishop takes c4, then I got bishop d4. Maybe that's an idea I could have executed. Knight takes c4. But okay, bishop goes to f6, bishop h6, bishop comes back to e3, queen e7, solidifying. Now g5, not letting white get that f4 in. Rook c2, knight g6, queen d2, solid. This one I was playing for this pin. I'm actually not 100%. This is not a good move. I think because of this actually. Because now I cannot capture with the pawn because of the fork. And if I take with the bishop, then the position is just bad. Because knight is coming to c6, my knight is hanging. So this king g7 wasn't a great idea. I should have just retreated the knight. Now this is a blitz game, so and my opponent is actually still doing very, very well. Knight b3. It shows as advantage for white. I'm kind of thinking this is actually still double-edged. So knight e2 is not great. I'm sacrificing this pawn, hoping to get something for it. Dark squares. Bishop is going to be well positioned on e5. Knight e2, bishop e5. Now, what should I have done? Knight to h5. There's not like super obvious. I guess knight on e2 is not doing so great. So why allow him to trade? And when this guy goes here, knight here, and this knight has still got all this blockading opportunities. Okay, so just some ideas there in terms of blockade. Rook c d2. Finally, the position is around even. I see there's a pawn sort of hanging. Maybe, yeah, maybe just following the same pattern, knight h5. And pretty double-edged play. So this is your sample, not like ideal, not ideally shaped hedgehog, but just kind of giving you some ideas to build upon. Now, fairly advanced, of course. You see how black mastered up that kingside blockade. Certainly space. White's got more space, but this position, hopefully you get to appreciate how yeah, black is able to hold his own. Like this position is fairly balanced, despite uh, white's coordinated force, despite the space. Black is actually doing quite well.